Hi guys! Today we have a fun book. It's called A Frog Thing. The person that wrote the book is Eric Dratchman, and the person that illustrated the book, so drew the pictures, is James Muscarlo. Some of you may have heard this book. Can't remember which grades do it, but I think Mrs. Shalver sometimes reads it, so hopefully you still enjoy it though. Frank wanted to fly, but he was a frog, and frogs can't fly. So there's Frank. He's watching the birds. Frank was different though. Special. Aerodynamic. So aerodynamic means that like if you're going somewhere, you won't have as much like wind friction, so the wind won't bother your speed as much. You can do whatever you set your mind to, Frankie, his parents promised. So Frank set his mind to flying, but it was more like falling than flying, and everyone laughed at him. Was it nice for his friends to laugh at him? No. It's okay to be different and want to try new things, but if your friends want to do that, you shouldn't make fun of them. That's not nice. Tired and discouraged, Frank buried his head in a big webbed feet. And that's how Frank's parents found him. Look, he's got his feet on top of his head. That's kind of silly. Frank explained his problem, and there was a long silence as they thought how to respond. Frankie, started Frank's dad finally, when we said you could do anything you set your mind on, we meant frog things. See, flying is a bird thing, just like staying underwater forever is a fish thing. You should find a frog thing, said Mom. But I want to fly. I'm sorry, kiddo, but frogs can't fly, explained Dad. No, agreed Mom. We swim, we hop, we do not fly. They don't understand, he thought. We understand, they said, and patted Frank's shoulder. Frank sat in the dark, still sad, but growing more determined. I'll show them, he thought. I'll learn to fly, and I'll fly right over the pond. He jumped and he ran and he leapt and he dove. He flapped and flapped and flapped and finally just flopped on top of a leaf to rest. He soaked his sore feet and hung his head until... Okay, what do you guys think's gonna happen? Oh, I don't know. Let's find out. Splash! Something crashed into the water and started to sink. Frank leapt into action. A little bird, he thought. He swooped down and swept her up and swam her back to shore. The nervous mother bird hugged her baby tight. Her baby coughed and wheezed, then opened her eyes, safe and warm in her mother's wing. The mother bird turned and kissed Frank right on the cheek. He was very surprised and a little embarrassed. Thank you, she chirped. What a great swimmer you are. How can I ever repay you? Oh, it was nothing, ma'am, said Frank. He was very polite and a modest frog. Please, I want to do something for you, anything. Well, suggested Frank, I really, really want to fly. But frogs don't fly, said the mother bird. I know, admitted Frank. And you still want to fly? Frank shrugged. I just set my mind to it. She looked into his eyes, then flew off in a flutter. "Wait here," she cried. "I'll be right back." And she did come back with another bird and a twig between them. "Grab on," she called. Before he knew it, they were high above the tree. The morning sun streamed through the sky and the wind whistled over Frank's slick skin. It was a little scary at first, but soon he relaxed, and as they glided and rose and swooped and dove. Everyone hurried to see Frank fly. They watched him from the bank as the birds passed high overhead. "This is no ordinary frog thing," observed Frank's mom. You see, because Frank did a frog thing and was able to swim and save the bird's life, his kindness paid off, and this bird is showing the Frank kindness too. So if you do something kind, something kind might happen to you. When their fight was finished, the mother bird pulled Frank close. "You are a very special frog," she said with a whoosh of her wing, and flew back to her nest. Breathless, Frank waved. Thank you so much." Frank hopped home, somehow lighter than before. On his way, he met his folks. "Frankie, we saw you up there," Mom beamed. "Fantastic," croaked Dad. "You can do anything you set your mind to." "Anything," agreed Mom. "Well, any frog thing, maybe," Frank explained. "The birds were the ones flying. I was just holding on. But I do think I could be one of the greatest swimmers." His parents smiled proudly and joined his friends in the pond. Frank had wanted to fly, but he was a frog, and frogs can't fly. But they sure can swim. Look at this picture. It kind of looks like he's flying with the birds. It's kind of cool. What a good book. Frank taught us so many lessons in it. That we need to be confident and set our mind to do things so that we can get them done, whether that's schoolwork or maybe you're coloring something or chores. If you set your mind to do something, you have more of a chance to get it done. Frank also taught us that it's okay to be different. It's okay to want to do something that maybe your friends don't want to. Maybe you want to, or you're good at art and coloring and drawing, but your friends are better at sports and you're not. And that's okay. Be yourself, and those who truly are your friend will like you for that. So, to show that we're all unique and different, I have a little project for us to do. I want you guys to trace your handprints. So I traced both of my handprints and on a piece of paper. You can either do them long ways like this. My hand was a little too big. Or you can do it short ways like this. And then I want you to decorate the paper with things that you love. So I love like all of the colors. So I did a rainbow, and I love flowers and music. So I drew music notes. I also enjoy books, which you can't really see the books, but there's some books, and I think lions are pretty cool. So I did a lion. Then I did more flowers and just colorful. So draw what stuff that's unique about you, that you love and enjoy. And then send a picture of it to Mrs. Hoult so that we can see your unique handprints, okay? Well, thanks for stopping by and listening to my book. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time on Storytime with Miss Jasmine.